Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Index podcast. I am your host, Hunter Willis, and I am joined here today by my good friend Joe Mayo.
Alright, what's up, Hunter? My name's Joe, and I'm a sports editor for the Index. I'm also a bowler on the bowling team at OWHS. Yeah, pretty much sums it all.
All right, nice. All right, so I have Joe's Instagram tag on the screen right now at jpm.ot if you want to follow him.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
And if you want to follow me at Hunter D. Willis on Instagram. Yeah, I don't ever post, but it's fine. I've actually thinking about making an Index podcast Instagram account, depending on how this goes.
I like that. It's a good idea.
All right. So, today we're gonna talk about a few things, see where the conversation leads us. So I believe on the first set list, I have. Do you think that the coronavirus is a huge deal for us, like something we need to worry about?
I mean, I've heard from obviously science teachers saying it's not really that bad or stuff like that, but I feel like how it's spreading, and I guess it might just be people who can't they can't find remedies for it, which is affecting them.
Yeah.
I feel like that could definitely be a problem because there've obviously been a good amount of deaths from it, which is it's a shame to see, but
yeah.
I mean, they'll find something eventually, I hope. So
yeah, it's crazy how it's affecting businesses and stuff and the stock market and whatnot. I know my friends and I ordered lightsabers online because we thought it'd be funny, and they delayed the shipping by a couple months just because of what's going on. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, because they have to ship some of their parts from China, so they can't obviously can't do that. But yeah.
Well, then I know obviously sports editors, so I'm gonna take it to that angle. But CJ McCollum, Portland Trailblazers, said that because there was a case found in Oregon that he's not going to sign autographs for people anymore, which I feel like is a pretty good idea just because, you don't want to spread it to the team or anyone else, but also kind of giving a heads up, remember to wash your hands, 10 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever he said, and just making sure that you're staying clean and you're staying, if you think, or if you know that area is infected, kind of shying away from it.
Yeah. I didn't hear that actually, and I'm usually pretty up to date with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But so C.J. McCollum, you said?
Yeah.
All right. Is there any other players saying stuff like that, or is he the only one?
I haven't seen anything so far, just because. I mean, coronavirus in the U.S. is.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's been a few cases, but nothing astronomical, like in China where it's really getting up there, even Italy where it's starting to pop up a little bit more, but
my AP European history teacher showed me a
Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, Mr. Lewis. He showed the class this video. It is a TikTok, but it was these drones yelling at these people outside. There's people walking through the street, and I think it was in Wuhan, so everyone's supposed to be quarantined.
Yeah.
So the drones were going around and yelling at people "Hey, get back inside!"
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just the whole situation's really weird. And
I mean, and it sucks too, because I feel if you know that that's out there, you should be staying quarantined. So I don't understand why people would even take the risk and go outside. Or
well, I mean,
it makes sense because if they need to go somewhere, get groceries or whatever.
Yeah.
But
that's what I was thinking. I mean, just because the coronavirus is there doesn't mean they still have lives to do, and obviously they don't have to show up to work right now because the whole city's quarantined. So.
Yeah.
But they still have to get groceries, run errands, and I'm sure kids there want to hang out with other kids.
Yeah.
And then parents need to,
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's the one word I used to describe it. It sucks, but
Yeah.
unfortunate, very tough.
Didn't it start from bats? Wasn't that the thing?
Was it?
Someone ate bat soup or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, and then it had something in it, and
Let me look that up.
Alright. It's crazy. it's just insane how it can uh, affect the whole world on a global scale just because of how much of an economic superpower China is. And so the Dow Jones, it's like some investment thing, it's like the top corporations in the U.S. Yeah. Do you see that dropped below 1,000? It was
yeah, I didn't see that.
Well, that's a huge deal for the stock market.
Yeah.
And there's actually an old Donald Trump quote. I don't really know the legitimacy of it, so it could be wrong. But it's a tweet from 2015, and I think he said something like, if the Dow Jones ever drops below 1,000 points, the current president needs to be fired into the sun.
Did he really say that?
That's the tweet I saw when the news broke out, and I don't know necessarily if it's true, but I believe it personally. But I just think that's so funny that happened during his presidency of all.
And I mean, obviously things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, to tweet that,
Yeah.
that's so unfortunate.
He was just asking for it to happen.
That's just the word of the day. You're going to hear that a lot today. Unfortunate.
So I was in I'm also in an animal science class right now,
Yeah.
and we do this thing called agri-science in the news. So I did something on the coronavirus a little bit ago because the U.S. and China made this big trade deal, and now China's probably going to fail to meet it. And there was this whole controversy over whether or not the U.S. should be understanding,
Yeah.
and be because there's no way that the Chinese negotiators were oh yes, coronavirus is going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't
predict something
compensate.
like
Yeah.
that.
It's crazy. I thought I heard that there was what is that? All right. Well, I thought oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought I heard that there was a case in Wisconsin. I don't believe it, really, but I thought I heard that there was one in Milwaukee.
There's for sure been cases in Chicago.
I know that.
But I don't know if it's... I think I have heard that too, but I don't know the legitimacy of it.
I feel that's also going to be a word of the day. We've heard that, but we don't know the legitimacy of it.
We don't know for sure, but we'll take a guess for now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because my brother was texting me because he was scared because they said that they believe that someone in their dorm had the coronavirus and he was quarantined, in his Cambridge dorm in UW, Milwaukee. Yeah, so.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. CJ McCollum thing is crazy. So for his does he still do press conferences and stuff?
I mean, Thiele just said this recently, so I'm sure he will. But I think it's more of just the contact with fans that he's trying to avoid, just because.
Yeah.
Obviously not because he doesn't want to sign autographs or talk to fans, but because of the risk, obviously, of his health. Because he's obviously still a person. He wants to make sure that him and his family are safe and all that good stuff. So, I mean, it makes sense what he's doing. I think that more players on the Trailblazers will probably start doing that too, because that is a fair point.
Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen that as much in professional sports right now. Obviously, the NFL is not happening right now, but in terms of NBA and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to start seeing that popping up a whole lot more. Even if, the coronavirus thing gets shut down, super early and, nothing really happens, I still think there's going to be some players that are skeptical to make, contact with the public at this point.
So, if we're talking about NBA, I want to swing it back.
Okay. All right, nice segue.
To Aaron Gordon.
Totally got snubbed.
See, I don't think he did.
Really?
So... people are trying to say that Dwayne Wade rigged it, and my thought is that there were 3 judges who gave him 9.
I don't think Dwayne Wade rigged it. I think that he got snubbed, though.
You know what, though? This is good. If you have hate for me for this, you can send it my way. I get it. But that dunk over Taco Fall, he clipped his head. He
did clip his head.
But I get he's 7'6".
The man is 7'6".
If you know you're gonna be if you're gonna do that dunk, I feel like for it to be perfect, you should like get mostly over. Let's pull it up and see.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing
I
right
want because
now.
I want to analyze this like
Frame by frame.
honestly. You know what? If you want to say it's snubbed, I mean, my man playing Pat. You know.
I totally. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Well, now we've got some. We love ads. See, which one is it now? Oh, it's the U.S. Department of Labor, so it's not actually a politician for the first time. That's fun. Good thing that the volume is turned off.
All right, let's see it.
Okay. So.
So I feel like, you know, I might have been wrong, but the first time I watched this and when I watched it live, I said
I didn't watch it.
I think he clipped him.
He totally clipped him, but I still think that's worth a 50. Like, okay, I don't know if anyone saw what the video's not working right now.
If you watch Derek Jones Jr. the whole time though, he was going off. I mean, the guy's insane. He's a excellent dunker, and it was fun to watch all around. It was a good dunk contest.
Yeah, but I still think that I'm trying to think that one the Heat guy, like he was getting 50s on like a lot of his dunks that I did not think were that impressive. Like I felt like there was just a bunch of them that we've seen before, and then he was like redoing his old ones, and he was still getting 50s consecutively.
See, I thought the same thing, but for Aaron Gordon, I feel like it's like they were similar. A lot of his dunks were similar. You know, the whole like everything we've seen from him from the Zach LaVine dunk contest and from this dunk contest. Like they're obviously it's impressive like how athletic these guys can be and how he can be, but I feel like these are like some dunks we've at least seen. At least similar to before.
There's our boy, our hometown hero. But
yeah, like, why he's got to go in the dunk contest.
I mean, we did have a hometown hero in the dunk contest. He just didn't do very well.
I think he won. I'm gonna say.
You think he won?
I mean,
I only saw a couple. I did not pay close attention to what his dunks were.
I mean, his was off the backboard. I think
that
was
from cool.
Giannis.
I did see that.
I think he got a 50 on that.
Yeah.
And I think the one from Christian Yelich, where he got it from him.
That was cool.
I think it was like a 45 or a 46, and I was thinking like, I mean, I'm obviously biased, so I thought it should have been like a little bit higher, like 48, 49.
Yeah,
maybe
totally.
even a 50, but you know.
I think it's awesome that they brought Christian Yelich out.
I do too. See, I think that alone is like, I thought that was awesome.
Like for the people that know me, they know that I'm not really big on like Wisconsin sports necessarily. Yeah. Like I like the Badgers.
The Cubbies.
I am for MLB. I'm a Cubs fan.
Sadly.
Yeah. I'm not a Bulls fan.
Bears?
I'm a Bears fan. They're not my favorite team.
You had like
second favorite.
You had like what, like 4 wins last season, 5 wins.
Last year, we went 8-8.
No, the Dolphins.
Oh, the Dolphins. Yeah, we went
you're a Dolphins
5
fan first, right?
5-11. Yeah, Dolphins fan first.
Yeah.
Always cheer for the Dolphins. Yeah, we went 5-11 last year. Anyways, getting off topic.
But you can respect it for the Patriots.
Yes, that's true.
That is a very respectable win.
We're the reasons that the Patriots got eliminated in the wild card.
You're the reason that Tom Brady isn't going to go back to the Patriots, but we'll bring that up after the dunk contest.
Okay. So anyways,
I've got strong opinions.
I'm not really big on Wisconsin sports, but I love that they brought Christian Yelich out. I thought it was cool to see our local heroes kind of like all in one place. Like it's Giannis, this guy that I don't know his name, but is in the dunk contest.
Yeah.
And Christian Yelich, like that's awesome to see. Like just for the fact of everyone seeing it. But the reason I paused the video is for those of you watching that don't know, Taco Fall is the tallest player in the NBA right now. He is 7'6" tall, 7'6". He's big man. He also, bringing it home a little bit, he also plays for the G League team, the Boston Red Claws. Or I think it's Maine Red Claws.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But he's been in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
I wanted to go to that game, actually, but then I had to work, and I was so sad.
My dad and I were going to buy tickets, but it just kind of fell through. So, anyways, this is what we're looking at. So there's Giannis, setting his arms and everything.
So, I mean, obviously, even though he clipped him, like, obviously an impressive dunk, like, regardless.
Okay. He clipped him. but it's in between the legs. He did an in between the legs dunk over Taco Fall.
And you could tell Taco was scared.
Yeah, he's like, I'm 7'6" tall. Like, there's no way. But he does it. He does clip it, but he dunked it.
See, here, go back like 10 seconds to the dunk. I didn't realize this before. Did Taco bend his knees? Keep going. What? He went down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
But it wasn't like extreme.
Yeah.
Let's go to
Frame by frame analysis. Oh, I can slow down the speed actually.
I think, in my opinion, I don't think he got snubbed. I do think, however, that they need to get better judges.
I think that was. See, okay. I understand the grade that he got, but I think that the Miami Heat player was getting way too many
I can see that.
50s. Like,
I
think that this is a just grade for the dunk, but it's just that he can't compete if they're giving the other guy like a ton of 50s. I totally think that he's the better dunker and that he deserved to win this.
No, I think that it was definitely a great dunk contest. It was good for the sport.
It was one of the best of all time. Like they had what was it? I'm trying to think. How many rounds did they do?
I don't even remember.
I think it was like 3 or 4 extra rounds afterwards because they had ties.
It was that close.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon dunk contest.
Zach LaVine won that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which people were saying this year that Aaron Gordon got snubbed from that one too, but I haven't heard anyone say that until this year. So if you're gonna hop on that bandwagon of thought that you should have 2, then maybe you should have hopped on the he got snubbed thought when the dunk contest actually happened, because I didn't hear anyone say that.
If you how many years ago was that one? Was that
25? I think it was 4 or 5.
Yeah, because Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine was on the Timberwolves at the time, right?
Yeah.
Now he's on the Bulls. He's done a little bit of team hopping since, but yeah. I thought that was weird too. Like I don't remember anyone complaining about it until this
year.
Yeah. If you win a dunk contest, is it like a rule that you can't go back?
No, I think you can.
You know who I was disappointed in for this?
I think Vince Carter did more than one after.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right.
Yeah, because I think how many has he won? Has he won 2? Or has it just been 1? I can't remember, but I mean he's
probably the greatest dunker
of all time.
Yeah, I would argue.
Especially back then, obviously you see Jordan from the free throw line. That's obviously impressive too, but I mean VC, he was an in-game dunker as well. Yeah. He would take the risk, he'd go up, and
that's what I love about
guys.
Yeah, that's what I love about Zach
LaVine. Yeah.
Zach LaVine, I think is completely underrated for his ability to dunk.
And I mean, if you look at his if you've ever seen his off-season workouts, what he does, he'll have bands around his legs and he'll be going dunking in sand barefoot. I'm like, this guy's insane.
Yeah.
And just the drive and the passion to get better from someone like him, that's great to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for the sport, especially.
Yeah, 100%.
But going back to what I was saying earlier about the judges.
Yeah.
No one wants Common as a judge. Come on.
Yeah.
How does Scottie Pippen? I get.
Oh, wasn't Chadwick Boseman a judge?
Yeah, that
Black Panther.
Yeah, he should not have been a judge.
I don't we're judging people on their NBA ability. I get it to have maybe one celebrity in just for to see how it appeals to fans rather than actual NBA players. But the board should definitely be overwhelmingly NBA players.
Wasn't Candace Parker was a judge too, right?
I know.
I think it was Candace Parker.
I don't remember, but I know.
Which I liked Candace Parker as a judge. I think it was. I don't want to say something wrong, but I think it was Candace Parker.
I like having Dwayne Wade on the board. I definitely like that. I also like the choice for Scottie Pippen. I think. I was kind of disappointed in how Dwight Howard did during that dunk contest.
I was too, actually.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it, and he just didn't impress me.
No, not at all. I did like the Kobe tribute, but I mean,
I love that. The Superman.
Everybody liked that.
I don't know what he got. What was the grade on that dunk?
It was pretty high. I don't
Okay.
really remember, but
I was just asking if it was a 50, because
I have no idea. It was
the judges
definitely
should have.
up there because the tribute, but like the judges, I agree with Candace Parker, Scottie Pippen,
Mhm.
Dwayne Wade, which by the way, two of them gave Aaron Gordon nines, and
Yeah.
they were NBA basketball players,
Mhm.
and Candace Parker obviously WNBA player, which is very important,
Yeah.
very big deal, and she gave him a 10. But
Was she in the WNBA dunk contest? Was she?
I don't know. She's been in. I'm pretty sure she's been in the WNBA for a while, so I'm sure she's been in at least one. But
What team did she play for?
I don't remember. I don't follow it too
Okay.
heavily.
Alright.
But I think that like with Bozeman and with Common, that's
Yeah.
just out of the nowhere. Like I say, you
Like-
get.
Maybe one of them, but I don't think both of them.
I say you get next year. Get Shaq. Get
That would be good.
bring back Pippen, Michael Jordan. Maybe you want to judge the dunk.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think if you get Vince Carter,
Vince Carter might be retired next year, so he could do
even
that.
if he isn't, you could still.
I guess.
But I think that what we would want to see as. I think that more. How do I put it? More like lax NBA fans who don't really watch it all that much, but like they'll watch like the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Like they like to see the celebrity judges, so it's obviously important to have at least one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when you get into the like 2 or 3, I don't understand that. Like I know it's just for fun, but like if we want to avoid these types of snubbed arguments in the future, maybe pick better judges.
Yeah, because like nobody's gonna question the credibility of like Michael Jordan. Nobody's gonna be like,
Or
he
like-
should have graded it differently.
Yeah, it's like him, like he should have given that a 10, and he's gonna say I'm Michael Jordan.
Okay, there we go. Our first
Top
timestamp.
stamp that, buddy. I had to.
Yeah, like you're not just gonna like question who Michael Jordan is. Like
Exactly.
you're not gonna do it.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear what you use as the sound to bleep that one over.
All right.
It better be something good.
So oh gosh, well, first of all, Vince Carter, he's been playing for a long time.
Yeah, I think he's
I think
the
he's-
first player to play 4 decades.
Yeah.
So he started in like
Well-
98, and it's
Oh
it's
yeah.
2020 right now. So
Huh. I didn't know that, but yeah. What is
and
he?
then
Yeah,
it would have
22.
been if Dirk would have played this year. Dirk would have been 1-2.
Dirk's awesome too.
Yeah, I know. That
Dirk is-
fadeaway.
Dirk is one of the most lovable.
Crazy how someone who does not look athletic at all can be that good at basketball.
Yeah, I know. Like is
He
like
does not look like he should be good. But
yeah, but like obviously when you look at his height, he looks like he should be good. But like if you saw that guy on the street and he wasn't like tall, you would be like, that guy, he could never play basketball.
Have you ever seen if you want to pull it up, the picture of Yao Ming, Luka Doncic, and
Ooh.
Dirk all standing next to each other, and that really like puts it into perspective, like how tall these guys are when you're seeing Luka Doncic, who's like 6'7", and he looks small compared to these guys. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh my gosh. Dirk
Yeah.
even looks small. That
Yeah,
is
I
a
know.
big man.
I know,
Oh man.
and I think he's
I'm trying
he's
to look
like
up
the commissioner of the Chinese basketball league.
Yao Ming?
now. Yeah, I think so.
Shaq and Yao Ming. Have you ever seen this
Or
one?
he was. I don't know if he is anymore.
Yeah, this is how Yao Ming looks
I
compared to
know.
Shaq.
And
Like,
I mean, Shaq's a big guy.
yes,
so
Shaq
it's-
is huge.
And I guess we can go a little transition into like the music area with Shaq, who's a DJ. Have you ever listened to him?
I have not listened to his stuff, but he's done collaborate. Well, so he was a rapper. He
Yeah.
did some stuff with the Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
and now he's a DJ. He had that Miami party. I don't remember what it's called.
I heard about that and I saw a video from it, and the whole crowd was lit.
Wasn't it like it's called like Shaq's Carnival or something? DJ
Something
Diesel.
Like that. DJ
Diesel
Diesel, I
is his
love
tag.
that. I know.
He's I had the opportunity. I almost saw him at Lollapalooza last
Did you
year.
really?
Yeah, but I did not go to see him because he was on a different
Who
day.
did you see at Lollapalooza?
I saw. Let's see. I saw Young Gravy.
That's
Yes. I saw Joji and
that.
Ariana Grande.
Okay. That would have, yes, Joji slept on completely.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, and if you go back to, obviously, you're not going to be able to play it on this,
Yeah.
but like his Filthy Frank, his
Yeah.
pink guy stuff
Yeah.
on YouTube, that stuff is so funny. That's obviously pretty old, but like some of his more recent music, that's actually been like serious music.
Yeah.
As I like, honestly, it's like I like it. It's definitely a vibe.
Yeah, I heavily admire the transition that this guy made. Like,
true.
he has managed to almost bury the Filthy Frank past.
That's true.
Like, he has managed to distance himself so much from it that Joji is almost a separate entity than Filthy Frank.
I know.
I admire
impressive.
that so much. At first, when he started like making music and stopped doing the Filthy Frank stuff, I was like watching his YouTube and I was like, no, this is stupid. Come back.
Yeah.
But now I'm so glad that he did it because he had so much potential, and I think that he finally like saw that when he was making like stupid songs on YouTube.
So, what did you think of the new No Gravy album that just came out?
I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it.
You're lying, really?
No, hold on, what's it called?
Is
it the Baby No Money?
Baby No Money. It's the second one, I think.
I have not listened to any songs on it, I'm sorry.
So
I saw some advertising for it.
Honestly, for someone who started rapping as a joke, as like a party trick, that man can drop some serious bars.
Gravy?
Yeah. And Baby No Money literally came from nowhere because of a TikTok song.
Yeah.
That he made with Y2K.
Did I tell you that Baby No Money went on stage at Lollapalooza?
Did he really?
I saw both of them.
Because together. I know they're like, they make music, they tour together, I'm pretty sure. So it's pretty crazy that,
The last song I was expecting to hear in concert that day was La 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 La. And I heard it in concert that day. I was like, I was not expecting that at all.
I watched the video for that and I was like, it was so creative. And I heard Y2K, who I'd never heard of before that song. I think he's just like the producer. And I was like,
he makes the beats.
I was so confused. I was like, what's he doing? Because like he would be sitting there in the music video and he would be like lip syncing the whole stuff. So I thought he was actually singing.
Yeah, no.
But then it would be Baby No Money the whole time.
I think that the reason that like he's in the music video so much is just because he got so much like a clout from because his voice is in the song because he goes. Did I really just forget that melody?
Yeah,
he goes,
exactly.
nah. Yeah. So, like...
And that's, like, the whole, like, TikTok aspect.
The fact that they, like... That was not planned at all. Like, the fact that they left that in and they managed to, like, work themselves around that so amazingly is... I love it so much. Like, at the time, I was like, it's a TikTok song, I don't really like it. But, like, now that I've listened to it, like, a couple times, it, like... Obviously, it's pretty overplayed, but it's a great song, and the fact that, like, two people that almost nobody knew at the time managed to, like, pump that out.
Have you heard Welcome to Chili's yet?
I've not heard Welcome to Chili's.
Okay, because that one came out as a single before the album, but it's on the album right now.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty sure that's the song where they said, I if this song blew up on TikTok.
Okay.
And,
Is that swear word? Does that count?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And then, I mean, it'll be funny. Just, like, put something on there.
Okay.
Let's hear it. But then that blew up on TikTok, which I thought was so funny. Just because, like, I don't know if he was being, like, serious. Like, he didn't actually want it to blow up. But it did, and obviously that's what's going to help publicize the song. So, I mean, I'm sure that he wanted it to blow up on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see. What else do I have for talking today? Because now that we're away from the NBA thing, we can actually talk about something else. Oh, yeah. So, 2 days from recording this, maybe probably 2 days. I'll probably have to upload this later. But we have our tech day. You're a junior, though, so you're taking your ACT. Yeah. So I don't want to say lucked out, but like...
I mean, we're still taking the ACT.
Yeah.
So I feel like...
Yeah.
I feel like we lucked out in the aspect that, like, in freshman and sophomore year, it was just kind of like more of a... Like, I think we got a day off last year when juniors took the ACT. I don't know for sure about freshman year.
Yeah.
But I would say that I am... not excited to take the ACT.
Yeah. Do you think you're you're gonna do well?
You know, I can't say for sure that I will.
Right.
But I know there's always like chances to take it again. So I'm kind of like, I think I want to take this more as an opportunity to like feel out like what the test is like, and
Yeah.
then maybe I'll take it again if I don't do well enough.
Mhm.
But obviously, if I do fine, then I'll just keep that score.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
What math class are you in right now?
I'm in pre-calc.
Okay. So you're in an advanced one.
Yeah. Sadly.
Sadly.
I have a great teacher, and it's not terrible.
Who's your
but
great teacher?
I am Mr. Lassay,
Okay.
and he's a good teacher, so I mean it's fine.
Mhm.
I'm just, I just wish I wasn't advanced. Looking back on it, like
Yeah.
I wish that test that we took in 6th grade, I wish I would have bombed that, and then I would have been in regular math. Because like looking at like what my friends have who aren't advanced in
Mhm.
math, it's obviously like easier
Yeah.
because senior year I'm gonna take AP Stats.
Hmm.
So I mean I probably would have been in Trig this year, which I did last year, and I did
Yeah.
fine in it. And then I would have taken AP Stats either way senior year, but
Mhm.
it's more of the aspect of just like taking pre-calc, which I know will help for.
Yeah.
It'll pay off eventually.
Yeah, and
but, like,
also, in the ACT, you're gonna excel in the math question because I know that they sprinkle in a couple of questions that like
yeah,
if you were in algebra 2 trigonometry right now that you wouldn't know.
yeah,
So like they're like, this is something, and then like obviously if you've taken calculus
yeah,
or pre-calc, then you'll be able to answer those, and I think that gives like a really big advantage, and it kind of
yeah,
like it's an insignificant thing that throws you ahead when you're looking for colleges.
yeah, for sure.
So I'm also in accelerated math, so I'm in algebra 2 trigonometry right now.
Yeah.
Uh, I have Mr. Levine.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic
He's a really good
teacher. Amazing teacher. One of the best I have right now. Honestly, amazing teacher. But I'm very glad that I'm in the accelerated math program, and I had to work pretty hard to get in there because I don't know, but somehow on the transition from elementary school to middle school, I was always in advanced math in elementary school, and then like when I went to middle school, I just wasn't in it anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened? Like, why? And so, like, I just kind of like lived my life. I was like, okay, whatever. And 7th grade year, I got like a 99 point something in my math class.
Really?
Yeah, and like I was barely even trying, and I would like get my homework done before everyone else, and like eventually my math teacher came up to me and he was like, you probably shouldn't be in this class, and then he like gave me like this form that's like fill it out and like you'll be in accelerated math. And
Oh, so 7th grade you weren't an accelerated?
yeah, 7th grade. So I skipped 8th grade math and I went to algebra 1 my 8th grade year.
Yeah.
And so that summer they gave me like this huge worksheet, and it's everything from 8th grade math. Every lesson, everything. So I kid you not, I had a vacation that lasted like 3 weeks, and then I had like, for some reason I just didn't do it in June, like for most of June, and the test was like August 15th or something like that,
Sure.
and I grinded that last month, and I studied and like I did all this stuff, and like I learned all of 8th grade math in like 1 month. And I got, like, the passing was an 85%. I got an 86%.
Do you want to hear accelerated funny stories? So, 8th grade year to continue accelerated science in high school, because I tore my ACL 8th grade year. So
Thanks to my girlfriend.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She tripped me, and then it went pop, and
Yep.
no hard feelings, Cora, we're fine. But so I tore my ACL, and then I got like really behind in school. So like I caught up in like most of my classes, but like math, science, just the general area, I've always kind of struggled with a little bit, even though I've been advanced. I don't know how for most of my life in those, but so I had a 80, I think I had a 81 in the class, or 82 or something like that. So I think it was out of like 48, or it was out of, I think, 40. And she said, okay, here's a packet of things you're going to learn next year and things you're going to learn sophomore year. So chemistry, physics, and biology. Because we were in like astronomy and chemistry and physics, but like this was like more advanced stuff. So if you learned that stuff, you'd get extra credit points. So I needed to get 100% on that test, and then I think probably 4 or 5 of the extra credit points right. And keep in mind, this is a class where I did not do well on any tests or anything. And I was always one to like turn assignments in on time. So that wasn't really a problem for me, but it was more like the test aspect, which is still a thing for me, like in especially pre-calc.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you turn your homework in on time, like that's obviously going to give you a good head start. It's just you gotta master taking tests. So I took the test, and before that, I was grinding. I was studying because I was like, my parents were like, you gotta like grind this out. You gotta study. You gotta make sure, like obviously I don't know those words, but you gotta make sure that like you're in accelerated science, which I don't see as even a big deal now looking back on it, and I'm sure they don't really either. They just wanted me to. I guess it was like a good lesson into like not to fall behind, because then you're gonna have to like grind it out all on that last. And I ended up getting like a 48 out of 40, so I mean I did get what I needed to, but it was a good lesson to learn.
Like, one thing I've noticed, like, I still consider myself pretty new to the whole high school thing, because like second year, not even done yet. But when I was in 8th grade and 7th grade, like I was so happy when I would get sick, because I would get to take like a day off of school, and I'd be like, yeah, this is awesome. So like I would like throw my stuff down, and I'd be like, Mom, I'm sick, and then like obviously I wouldn't go to school that day. But now like there's no part of me that like if I woke up sick, I wouldn't be like, yes, I get to skip school. I would be like, I'm going to school today, because there's just so much work that you need to catch up on, even if you miss one day. So like it's always insane to me how like I have not had a single sick day this year or last year, and I want to keep that going. And I knock on wood, I don't want to be sick because I want to go to school. And like I'm not a nerd. I want to go to school because I don't want to fall behind and fail classes.
I get sick all the time. So I mean, I've had like freshman year, sophomore year, I tried to like toughen out as much as possible, but this year I've just been like, I'm just too sick to do this right now.
Yeah, I understand that. We did in AP European History. We did this. We called it speed dating. We like went around. You know what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't know, we went around and like this. We sat in circles and we pretended to be an enlightened thinker.
Yep, I was actually I was gone for when we got to learn about what the project was, so I just looked at the list and I saw Francis Bacon and I said, Bacon, that's cool, I'll pick him. Then it ended up being the worst choice I could have made, and
Francis Bacon's pretty boring.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Did literally nothing.
Yep. I mean, I remember what Francis Bacon did, just because I made it important for me to know that for our AP Euro final. So, but anyways, back to my topic. I was Thomas Jefferson.
Okay.
But like I showed up and I was like doing everything, and I just got like this throbbing headache. Like I don't have migraines, I don't have headaches like ever.
I get those a lot.
Yeah, but I had just like this throbbing headache, and I would literally like when I would be done talking, I would rest my head like on the desk. I'd just be like, ugh. And I refused to leave the classroom because I needed to do the actual like grade, and I didn't care. I was just like, I'm just gonna lay down, and I'm gonna I'm gonna tough it out, and I'm gonna try and get this grade.
Yeah. And I mean, any of my global level 3 kids right now would they'll know what I'm talking about. We had no hate, but we had a teacher who wasn't ready to teach AP Euro last year. I'm not gonna name any names, or at least our first semester. So once again, no hate, but we just were not like, it was not a good semester. Because like I feel like we fell very far behind, and then we got a new teacher second semester, and we had to do catch up and all that stuff. And then on the AP test, a lot of people like struggled because we were so far behind.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just going back to that lesson, like what getting behind in a class gets you, which it wasn't necessarily our fault in that chance, or in that, not that chance, but like that case. But yeah,
you always gotta.
It's an interesting class.
Yes, it is. I like,
especially for a sophomore to take. I feel like it's hard, but you know.
Because isn't it supposed to be a senior class?
It is. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely one of the harder AP classes. Because I'm in AP US right now, and I would definitely say that's easier than AP Euro, just because you have more modern day connection to everything else.
I'm taking that next year.
All right. Yeah. So I would give advice to anyone who's any freshmen or any sophomores who next year are taking regular U.S. history. I would say that I would take the chance and take AP US.
Yeah.
It's definitely there's a lot of like packets. You have to do a packet like almost every week. But if you stay on top of that, like you get it done during the weekend, because I can promise you you're gonna have time most of the time to do them. It's only gonna take like an hour or two. So I mean, if you want a somewhat of a challenge, but you also want to get those credits, I would definitely recommend taking AP US. Or even if you're not in global right now, I would recommend taking AP Euro. Or if you're a freshman in global and you want to go into global level 2, or you don't, I would recommend doing it, because you're going to get great teachers. You're going to get Mr. Hable, obviously, one of my favorites. Miss Wayne, she's great. And then Mr. Lewis, it's your teacher right now. Is he staying next year? I've heard he's great.
I don't know if he's staying next year, but he's a great teacher.
Yeah. So I mean,
like, there's a lot of teachers that sometimes it's hard to get that person to person connection, but Mr. Lewis does that very well, and I think he treats us like equals, and I think he's a great teacher. So.
Yeah, and it's always good to have teachers like that. Yeah. I feel like I haven't had a ton of bad teachers necessarily, but there have been a few where it's just been they didn't make it interesting, or either that, or
you don't know them you only know them on a professional scale. You're only you know them as your teacher. You don't necessarily you don't know them as that person.
Yeah, that's true. So I feel just a little global plug here. I feel
global plug.
If you're looking for that, if for some reason there are any middle schoolers listening to this who are going to West, if you have the opportunity to join global, I would say do it, because the teachers are all great, and you're gonna get more of that personal connection, which is why our AP Euro teacher first semester last year didn't really fit in, because she didn't get that personal connection.
Yeah.
But they know if a teacher's not working and not getting that connection, they know that they're gonna need to hire someone better. And obviously, I'm not saying
does an amazing job.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying if you don't take global, you're not going to be successful, because that's obviously not true.
Yeah.
But I feel it's definitely a good option, especially if you want to have, I wouldn't say less work, but I'd say more relaxed work.
Yeah, because also it's this family feeling.
Exactly.
You're all in that together. You got 60 plus people in a room, cramped in there. and you guys are just like you're doing your work. You're all struggling together. Because
Yeah, exactly.
high school, I don't care what anybody says. High school is a struggle for everybody, and to have a lot of people that you can closely struggle with is
That's
a lot of
great.
times awesome. And once again, I'm not like trying to hate the district here. I'm not saying that the district is making high school a struggle because it's not. It's high school
In
in
general, it's
general
just
for
supposed to be
everybody
hard.
is a struggle. It's made to be hard because it's made to prepare you for college and to prepare for you for the workforce eventually. So I'm sorry. There's no real segue here. I'm very sorry, but I was very interested in the fact that the bowling team went to state,
Oh,
right?
thank you.
Did-
Yeah, it's actually it's this weekend.
Okay.
We're going, yeah.
So okay, Saturday.
So Friday night, if anyone's interested in making the trek up to Wausau, what is it, like a hour and a half drive?
Yeah.
Xavier Gauthier and Chad McWilliams are both pulling individual.
Okay.
So we're gonna watch them, and then we'll stay in a hotel. And Saturday we're gonna be playing qualifying, which is there's 24 teams from the state
hmm
who make it to qualifying, and then you play 15 games of Baker. Which, if you don't know what Baker is, it's 5 people will rotate. So one person will bowl the first and sixth, one person will bowl the second, seventh, third, eighth,
Okay.
fourth, ninth, fifth, 10th.
Okay.
So obviously, like, your best bowler is gonna bowl fifth, 10th.
Yeah.
But that's called your anchor.
Mhm.
So we're just we've been practicing on harder oil patterns because if you don't know, bowling lanes have certain patterns that are put out to make it harder, to make it easier.
Mhm.
So we've been working on that. We've been working on our spare shots, which is something that's I feel like taken very much for granted, I guess.
Do you guys just go to Revs for practices?
Yeah, so we go to Revs. We're actually also work, but I'm not going to get into that.
Mhm.
It's fine.
Do
I
you
like
bowl? Do you bowl free at Revs, or do you have to pay every time you go to practice?
For press, so we pay at the beginning of the season,
Oh, okay.
and then
Like
it's
you
just
cover.
so
okay.
we cover everything like bus fare and stuff like that.
So you guys are going to state. Do you think you're gonna do well?
I hope so. It's definitely been a struggle getting used to these new oil patterns, but we have a good team and we all have that like family aspect. We're all very close, so I think I don't know if we'll do well, but I know we'll have fun,
Yeah.
which is important,
Mhm.
and we're definitely a good team and we have a shot to win.
Yeah,
so,
like I've seen like a lot of people on the bowling team, and like it is insane to see what they do.
yeah.
Like I bowl, like I'm proud of myself if I bowl over 100 in a game.
Yeah.
Like I'm not good at bowling at all.
I
And,
hear
like
that a lot.
to see
wherever-
these people
yeah.
like 295, 297, like and then like 300 games, like perfect games. It's insane to see. Have you ever gotten a perfect game?
So, when was it? I was bowling Thursday night, and I had the front 8, so the first 8 strikes. And then in the 9th frame, I left a 7-pin, which I thought it was going to strike, but then it didn't.
Yeah.
So I had I had a 9 spare that frame, and then I had 3 strikes in the 10th, so 11 out of 12 strikes, 279. But
Oh,
I was so
man.
happy with it.
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah. I mean that's
that's my highest score I've ever got.
okay.
So I
Yeah,
know
that's a great score, but like that's
And I know for shouting out Xavier again because he's just such a good bowler.
he
It's
got
actually
he got a
crazy.
perfect game.
He's had 2.
He's had two.
He had one in like at Revs we do this techno bowling, so it's in the dark with LED lights. Which whenever I try to do that, I always bowl terrible because I can't see or
Yeah.
think of anything. I'm just there for fun.
Yeah.
He bowled a 300 in that, and I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then he bowled in like these harder oil patterns I was talking about, and he bowled in a tournament, and he got a 300 there too. Xavier, if you're listening, good job. Proud of you, bud. Sorry we're bringing you up so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, him and obviously all my other teammates have been like, they're all good bowlers, and a lot of them better than me. So I mean,
Yeah.
It's just crazy how much practice it takes. I feel like it's kind of the underrated aspect where you do have to put in a lot of practice to get good. But once you do, it's obviously fun. It's obviously fun either way.
Yeah. Something else that. So, with bowling, is there a varsity and a junior varsity? Or like a team one, team two?
So we have enough people, luckily, to be able to have a varsity and a JV. Okay. So
are you on varsity?
I'm a reserve, so there's a top 5.
And that's a varsity.
Yeah, and then there's like a reserve who like kind of go back and forth.
Okay. Yeah,
so usually I bowl on JV, but whenever like I'd get bowled up to varsity, I'd bowl there. So for state, I think we have 14 or 15 people, like on our total roster. So we're taking 8 of us. So it's the 5 starters and then us 3 who are like the reserves, so like kind of go back and forth.
So you're going to state?
Yeah, no, so I'm going. But then obviously the rest who have obviously contributed, they'll come and I'd hope they'd come and watch, but yeah. So that's gonna be fun, and to get the chance to make it on the TV, because Sunday is, if we get in, I think it's like top 5 or I think it's top 5. If we make it into that top 5, we make it to the TV finals on Sunday, where we would bowl against the other top 5 teams.
Nice.
So I'm excited for that. That should be fun.
Yeah. So obviously there's a lettering system for bowling, right? Like you can letter and bowl.
I actually don't know.
Really?
I don't know for sure. I don't think so.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and I asked that question. I felt really stupid because they were like, well, it's a sport, so obviously it has a lettering thing. So
it's technically, the school calls it a club, which I think is dumb.
The school calls it a club?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which I think is stupid because,
Well, I mean, if you have a state competition.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big deal. But some people don't, which I understand.
I think
obviously it's not as big a deal as, like, basketball or baseball or something like that. But, I mean, to me, I still think it's important.
And, just like the dance team going to state, like, that's important. Like,
And I think dance is labeled a club, too.
Is it really?
I don't know for sure. I feel like I was looking at this a while ago. I don't know if dance is maybe labeled a club. I don't know. Which, if they are, I think that's stupid. But
well, I mean, with state, like with these teams going to state, I'm sure, even if they are labeled a club right now, I'm sure that'll probably change.
It's up, yeah. Hopefully.
Get a whole banner.
Yeah.
Maybe get an alley at West.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah. The reason I'm asking is, this is gonna sound like I'm bragging, and I'm sorry. Not trying to, but I got a letter. I was wondering if you were gonna get one for bowling.
What'd you get it for?
Swimming.
Oh, really?
I'm a swimmer. I'm a varsity swimmer now.
Oh, so you get it for being a varsity? You get a letter?
No. You have to get 40 points, and how it works is if you get in a heat with like 6 people in it, if you get 6, you get 0. If you get 50, you get 1, and then it's like 2, 3, 4, and then 6. Like if you get first.
Yeah.
And so you have to get, I think it's 40 or 45 or something like that. And I think I was in enough races where if I beat like one person, I would have gotten it. But yeah, I had a couple first places at sectionals. I swam 2 events. I got first place in both of them. So I know. Sectionals alone, I think I got 12 points. So that's already like 25% of what I needed a letter.
Exactly.
So I mean, I saw it coming, but
yeah. Oh, that's great. I don't know if we do a lettering system, but yeah, that'd be cool, definitely.
Yeah. Like I know a lot of people who argue like that some sports shouldn't have a letter just because like they're not as good as basketball, but I think that all sports like need to be admired because like not everybody is talented in the field of like basketball, but like when you get into like more minute things, a lot of people can excel like super well. So
but I guess because I know a lot of people aren't totally interested in bowling, so we'll get away from the topic a little bit. But just a quick shout out, if you ever want to come down to Revs, come bowl a couple games, say hi, There's always options, there's a pro shop in there if you ever wanted to get your own ball and ever wanted to get into it. There's obviously, if you want to join the team next year, you can do that too.
Okay.
It's a great family aspect, and I think it's really fun, and I love my coach, I love my teammates, so it's just a great time. And if you ever even just wanted to go in for fun and say hi, I'll be back there, hopefully.
All right. Let's see. Let's get to some more topics here, because let's see, I think we spent 15 minutes talking about that one. So not bad. All right. So this is obviously not as big of a conversation, or not as important of a conversation.
As say coronavirus.
Yeah. What is your view on TikTok? The app. How do you feel?
I'm torn.
You're torn?
So I have TikTok.
Yes. I can say I do. I'm following 8 people, all people I know from school, and I have 6 followers, no posts.
Yeah, I would say I spend way too much time on that app. Just because I get bored and I'm I'll just turn on a TikToker for you. A couple talks, never hurt anyone. And then I'll be sitting there, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, and I'll be there passing time, watching TikTok, and an hour later I'll be like, I should probably do something productive now. Because they're all pretty entertaining. The ones that aren't, you can just skip it without having to watch it. So
I just think that there's a lot of people just copying each other's jokes.
That's the part of TikTok I don't like.
Yeah, that's what bothers me. I'm looking through and I'll watch a TikTok and it's that's a great idea, except I've seen it on Instagram 3 months ago.
I'll say, that's a great idea, except I saw it on TikTok about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, the fact that people just remake other people's stuff and slap their name on it, and it's
that's true.
I just think it's dumb, and I think that platform makes it very easy to do that. And I'm not a huge fan of TikTok. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
Just I mean, I've seen funny TikToks, obviously the ones that get reposted on Instagram. I'll watch it and I'll be like, hey, that's funny, but I've never sat there and been scrolling through and been stuck on it, just because I don't let myself get to that point. I'll watch maybe one on my Explore page, but since I've only liked 3 TikToks ever, and they're all the same type, it just recommends the same type, and it's okay, that's kind of annoying, but
yeah. And I mean, earlier this summer when I was starting to kind of blow up a little bit, I was I don't think I want to get it. Someone looked that interesting. And then my younger cousin was like, oh, hey, you should get TikTok. And I was like, maybe. And then I got it, and then I was just sitting there watching it for 40 minutes.
Yeah. And
this is when I had the old trends and stuff, nothing that they're really doing now. But I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting, and ever since I've been watching it. And I'm not going to say I'm proud of watching TikTok. But I mean, it's interesting. I feel like it's a good platform because, especially if YouTube or Netflix or Hulu or whatever gets stuff like that can get old because there's only so much you can watch.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, YouTube is obviously similar to TikTok in that it's releasing more stuff daily, but I mean, there's only so much you can watch. So I feel like TikTok is definitely a cool thing. It's very relevant. I know in Index we've done a few articles on it, but
that's one of my favorite things about TikTok. Obviously not my fave, but one of the redeeming things is it provides an awesome opportunity for content creators out there. I know people at West who have a huge following that are getting paid to do this, and I think it's awesome that we can reach the audiences that we can. Obviously, I prefer if people did it through YouTube, because a lot of times I find myself watching TikTok and I'll be like, I'll be like, why did you make that? But I know that sounds mean.
But I mean, there's always an audience for something.
Yeah.
So.
it just doesn't appeal to me. But I'm glad that there are people that are reaching the people that they want to reach, and that
Yeah,
there are
exactly.
people that are gaining a following, and that like people at West are succeeding. And I think that's awesome to see.
I mean, I think a lot of the trends that have stemmed from TikTok, like, I just like how much like influence like one app can. I think it's interesting how I wouldn't say I like it, but I'd say it's interesting how
Yeah.
much influence one app can have,
Hmm.
which I mean we've seen before from
Yeah.
Netflix. You know, the whole idea of Netflix and chill is like just came out of like
Yeah.
people watching Netflix and
Yeah. Like that did gain
other
a lot of
other
popularity.
slogans for
Yeah. Like
other things.
I never even thought about how that like could have gained like Netflix popularity, but they definitely did. And I know that right after that kind of stuff went out, they had like a huge update and rebranded like everything. So
Yeah, and I feel like Netflix is starting to kind of fall off, but
yeah, some of its shows aren't very good.
especially with like I don't personally watch Disney Plus. I feel like with like the emergence of that and also how they've been like taking shows back from Netflix,
Hmm.
especially because like The Office and it's gonna be gone from Netflix,
Yeah, I saw that.
which I don't. I feel like Netflix should definitely like pay whatever they can
Yeah,
to get that, if that's even a
they're gonna
possibility.
see a huge dip in
Decline,
their
because
audience.
I mean, people can probably relate to this. I don't know how many times I've watched The Office all the
Yeah.
way through on Netflix. I can't even estimate it.
Hmm.
So that's going to be gone, and then
Yeah.
obviously Parks and Rec is a great show.
Yeah.
So I enjoy watching that on there. I don't know if they're taking that off or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Yeah. Like
Because I think
there's
NBC is going to have its own streaming platform soon,
oh,
actually.
that's cool.
I think I heard about that.
Well, I hope it comes out soon so we can watch The Office.
Little Office.
But then again, that's also like it's just another thing to subscribe to.
Office and chill.
It's just like
That's
honestly,
true.
like I don't want to like
But I mean, I like it. I like the whole streaming area just because I like it better than like basic like cable.
yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like if you can like eliminate cable completely, and you could use TikTok, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, all of these things, or even just a combination of those, not everything.
Yeah.
It's a good way to like get rid of and ditch cable because you don't really need it if you
Mhm.
think about it. There's obviously great aspects to cable, but with the relevancy of the internet now, how much? A good question is how much do we really even need cable?
Yeah.
Which I feel like is not that much.
That's a very good point. Like with the whole streaming stuff, it's becoming more and more like you
For
don't
sure.
really need it. But yeah, I finished The Mandalorian today.
Did you?
Yeah. Have you watched it all the way
I did a while ago, so I don't
Mm.
remember it very well.
Yeah.
Just not trying to spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not spoiling it. I'm just saying it's very good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
And
I do
I'm glad
remember though.
visited.
I was like, I watched the first two, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I don't really like this. And then I came back to it and I watched the rest, and I was like, oh, this is actually really good. Why didn't I not watch this
Yeah.
before? So I mean, it's a good show, and I like it. I'm excited for when they bring in a new season.
Are they doing another season?
I think they said they were gonna like in a year or so. But have you seen the Karate Kid remake?
If not,
Really?
wait, the
It's on YouTube.
YouTube. I know.
It's on YouTube. It's the one you pay for.
I thought you were talking about the Jaden Smith one.
No.
I've seen that one. The
So
Jaden
it's
Smith
from
one.
the original Karate Kid. It's Johnny, I think is his name, who was like the original like bad guy.
Okay.
He's like a deadbeat, like no one likes him.
Okay.
Like his kid doesn't care about him.
Okay.
So he mentors this kid who he sees getting beat up, and he teaches him Cobra Kai and how to fight.
Mhm.
But he teaches it like in a good way, so he actually becomes kind of like the hero. And we see our original Karate Kid kind of turn into like he's like a big shot car dealership guy. He'll like give out a bonsai with every tree or with every car purchase.
Hmm.
So he'll like link it back to.
Yeah.
So I think it's just an interesting show, just because you get to see like the direction they go with that, and like
Yeah.
the relationships that have kind of changed since the original.
Mhm.
And watching those like I haven't watched the originals in a while, but I watched those a lot when I was younger, and I was always a pretty big fan of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds interesting.
So I actually, because it's the YouTube like you have to pay for.
Is it YouTube Red? Is that
Yeah.
what's good? Okay.
So I got the free trial of it,
Okay.
and then I watched the first season that way. And I don't remember if I think there was a second season which I watched, and I'm pretty sure I just made a new account, or I might have paid for the monthly. I think I paid for like a 1 month thing, and I just watched it then. But I don't know. It was definitely worth it. So I mean, if you're bored of watching The Office for the 20th time, you know, go check it out. It's a good series. Use your free trial.
I used to have YouTube Red. I used it, my free trial and everything. Yeah.
I miss it. I like the aspect where you could go off your phone and still use it, or like listen to
Oh
it.
yeah, that was nice.
Because you could listen to music then, but I mean, I have Apple Music, so it's not a big deal.
I have Spotify Premium.
Oh,
I know. Kind of a rivalry going on right now.
I know.
Do you have a PS4? Do you?
I have an Xbox.
Nice. Okay, I have an Xbox too. Nice.
Okay.
Good.
I have a PS4, but it's not really mine.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't really play video games that much, but when I do have time, I have a PC that I play on.
Okay. Yeah, I was just playing Gary's Mod with my friends the other day.
Playing what?
Gary's Mod?
What's that?
You know Gary's Mod?
No.
Okay, it's I'm sure if you looked it up on YouTube, you'd know. Like it was super big, like you know, like when the Markipliers and like all
I
those
know,
Let's Plays, like
I realized the name. Yeah.
yeah, like when they started to come up, they played Gary's Mod. It's just basically it's a sandbox game, so you can do like anything. It's like
Yeah.
Minecraft, but like
Okay.
without pixels and stuff.
Sure.
And like there's a ton of game modes that you can play, and
Okay.
it's a really cool game.
But yeah,
it's
I usually,
10
if I ever play games or anything like that, like I usually I'll play NBA 2K, Xbox, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise have you ever played Rocket League?
Yeah,
That's a good game. I play that on PC though.
yeah, I played that on PC.
And obviously, I feel like the benefit to having, because I had to save up a lot to buy my PC, because obviously they're not cheap.
Yeah.
A good benefit is for using it for like schoolwork too. As
Yeah.
boring as it may sound, you know, you can use it for the Chromebook charger, which I lost. You can use that in place of a Chromebook, which I'll find it eventually.
Yeah.
But
Give some
Yeah.
time.
yeah, hopefully before the end of the year.
That would be ideal. Alright. So, one thing that I wanted to start doing for these shows is a weekly recommended. So, like, kind of, like, not to rip on, like, I'm not ripping on Kaylee, but, like, not to steal her thunder, but, like, I want to do some, like, entertainment stuff,
Okay.
like, and to talk about, like, some movies that you think are cool right now that are active, like music, you know, video games, anything like that you think is topical and that you think people should check out or listen to, or anything. So I'm gonna start off with The Weeknd is dropping.
After Hours.
Yeah, he's dropping a bunch of music now. He started with Heartless and Blinding Lights.
Blinding Lights is definitely one of my favorite songs like of the year.
Yeah,
that's been dropped so far.
When people like, that's a TikTok song now too. Blinding Lights, apparently.
Is it? I haven't heard it.
Well, I was in the car with my girlfriend the other day, and Blinding Lights came on. She's like, "This is a TikTok song." I'm like, no, it's
Okay.
not. So like, I don't know, but like, I think its downfall right now is that people are playing it so much on the radio.
That's
Like,
true.
I liked After Hours. Like, you listened to After Hours?
I
that
did,
song?
yeah.
Yeah, like it's like
I
6
thought it
minutes
was okay,
long.
Yeah.
I liked
I
it.
like Blinding Lights better.
Yeah, I like Blinding Lights and Heartless better. But
Yeah.
like, yeah. So The Weeknd, I think you should be paying attention right now. He's dropping a bunch of stuff. He's not stopping, I don't think. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And Stunna for Vegas dropped what's it called? I forget what it's called, but he dropped an album a little bit ago, and I've been listening to that a little bit. I like that. Talked about Young Gravy already. That was a good album for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a charged phone, I'd go and actually look at what I've been more listening to recently.
Yeah.
I have been listening to a lot of Trippie Redd.
Trippie Redd, yeah. He made Love Scars 4, right? Wasn't that like a little bit ago?
Yeah. He came out with an album like pretty recently, which I thought
I
I've
did
been listening to that a lot.
Last year I did an index review on Love Scars 3.
Did you?
Yeah, so when we dropped
check
the
that out.
Yeah,
So,
peep in the archives.
Yeah. So I've been listening a lot to Dark Knight Double. It's a great song. Lee Ray, Six Kiss, which is featuring Juice WRLD. That's a great song. And then Lil Baby actually just came out with an album. If you haven't heard that, I've been enjoying that album. You can check in the paper. I'll actually be writing a review on that one.
Oh, nice. This
for
next issue?
Yeah. So there was I'll talk about this in the article too, but Lil Uzi Vert was on one of the songs he was featured. It was called Commercial. That's probably my favorite song of the album, to be honest. And the thing with Lil Uzi Vert is that, like, I guess I wouldn't say he's been, like, necessarily quiet, but, like, he hasn't really been, like, dropping music.
He's been doing shows, and he
hasn't really dropped, like, albums.
What is it, the past 4 years he's been working on Eternal Atake, and he said he was going to drop it, and it's 3 years after, like, he was like, I'm going to drop it in a month, and then now it's 3 years.
I know.
But
it's sad.
I read somewhere that in a concert somewhere, Lil Uzi Vert said he was dropping Eternal Atake. I don't know. Maybe I think he said like something like 2 weeks, like maybe a month, something like that.
From now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think we were getting some. I think Uzi's coming back.
A little bit of Uzi.
Yeah. There's only so many times you can listen to his music. You know. Like I've listened to his old stuff and like I love it. It's great, but like. I know all the words.
I can keep that on repeat. I love Uzi Vert.
Yeah, he's good. I don't know. I'm excited that he's making new music.
Yeah, for sure.
He's back.
Oh, Uzi is back.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So another plug I wanted to do. We talked about him earlier. Joji used to be Filthy Frank. We talked about his transition into actually being an artist.
Yeah.
He dropped a single, I think a month ago, with music video and everything. It's called Run. If you haven't checked that out.
I think I've heard it.
Yeah, that's a really good song. I liked it. It's kind of like a rock feel, sort of, like with a little bit of a R&B twist on it. Like it's
it's pretty similar to a lot of his like more up tempo music.
Mm-hmm.
But
he needs to make another album too, Joji. Like his last one 2 years ago, and it was called Ballads 1.
Yeah, and then Slow Dancing in the Dark.
Yeah, Slow Dancing in the Dark was on that.
Test Drive, See You in 40, those are all great songs. Yeah. Really good
in concert, those are great songs too.
Yeah, I know. If I get the opportunity, I'd love to see Joji in concert. Yeah, but
like I was worried.
Add it to the list.
At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was worried that he was gonna be kind of boring in concert, but he really wasn't.
Yeah.
So
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see him being.
Yeah, no. I totally thought he was, but he really wasn't, and he impressed me a lot. So
I really want to see Travis Scott in concert.
Those would be hard tickets to get though.
They would be. I know.
Is he on tour?
Or even Ski Mask the Song God. I love Ski Mask.
Wasn't Ski Mask just in Wisconsin?
I think it was the day after Thanksgiving. I was gonna go, but I think I might have had to work or something. I was going to get tickets, and then I was just like, probably not realistic. But, next time he's anywhere near here, for sure, I will drop whatever I have to go to that. Him and Travis Scott are two, big-time artists I like listening to.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for when I can get an opportunity. And I guess going more into so I wouldn't say I'm like a sneakerhead, but I can appreciate a good pair of shoes when I see it. And Travis Scott has been like he's dropped a lot of like pairs of shoes that I've really liked.
What are they
The
called?
Travis Scott, the Cactus Jacks, it's the Jordan 4s.
Okay.
I I think they started at 225,
Hmm.
and I didn't get them because they sell it fast.
Yeah.
And this was why this was before I got like more into shoes.
Yeah.
But I think they're selling probably for around like 600 or 700 right now.
Jeez.
So it's like I want them, but do I want them that much?
Yeah.
Like the Travis Scott lows are always a classic. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean,
yeah,
very great shoes.
I got a pair of shoes. Like I don't like I like basketball shoes, but like I know nothing about shoes.
Yeah.
It's like I got like a pair of shoes. I went to Dick's and I was just like, those look good. Like put them on.
Yeah.
So I'm not big on sneakers,
Yeah.
but
So.
I like it.
I would, if there's anyone who wanted to like branch out or like get more into shoes, one pair that I really like personally, or two pairs I would say, is Ultra Boost. I know a lot of people have them, but they've got a really good feel and they're not too high priced. I mean, they're not amazing, but like for the comfort you get, I'd say it's worth it. And then the Human Races, if you've ever seen those by Pharrell Williams, Adidas.
They sound very familiar.
Yeah, Human Races.
Fine, I'll look them up.
They're very comfortable and they look very nice. I like them. Otherwise, I know there's a lot of. It's like kind of a hit or miss for a lot of people. Yeezys are
Ooh, yeah. I'll put them on here. Yeah, I like these. It's pretty snazzy. So, who'd you say was Pharrell Williams?
Yeah, it's here. Here, down a little bit. I have a friend who has those ones.
You have these.
I know, I have a friend who has those ones. I don't have those ones yet, though.
What
I'm
ones
just
are
thinking
you?
about getting like the inspiration pack.
The inspiration pack?
Let's see if it's on there. Not seeing it so far, but that's whatever.
Yeah. Right.
So,
These are the cool shoes, though.
definitely very comfortable, very they look very similar to those is what I have.
Okay.
But I mean if you're trying to look for shoes that are if you're trying to get more of like I'd say stylish shoe that you don't want to drop a lot of money on,
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely go with like NMDs. I have a pair of NMDs I got for like $70, $80, $90 on the website or on the on the app Goat.
Okay.
And those have since went up in value, so I could have held on to them so a little more, but they look great and they're really comfortable. It feels like you're not even wearing a shoe. It's more like a sock, but yeah, I would say that going back to like what I was saying about Yeezys, how it's like very hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
I at first was a little skeptical because I was like,
Didn't you walk in Yeezys?
I did walk in Yeezys today. At first, I was very skeptical because I was like, it's a cool shoe, but like it's more for the name and they're obviously expensive. Yeah. So I was like, you know what, I'll enter and because for Yeezys, because they're so like they're not released a lot.
Yeah.
They had a drop on Adidas where it was the Zebras for a lot cheaper than you would normally get them for. So I got those, and then honestly they've been great. They're very comfortable and they work well with a lot of outfits. So I do like that about them. But I mean, if you don't want to spend like a lot of money on shoes, which I have regretted a lot of shoe buying, I suppose would be the right word. But like if you're looking for like a cheaper shoe, I would definitely recommend NMDs are great. Adidas always makes, in my opinion, great casual shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for that.
Well, I think it's about time to wrap this thing up. we're at an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh man.
Yes, wrong. So
Time flies by when you're having a podcast for index, doesn't it?
yes, it does. The first one ever. One thing I'm worried about, not gonna lie, is putting in Wii video. Like that's gonna take a long time to find.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun doing that.
I must skip ahead. Well, does Wii video, can they even do more than an hour?
I don't know. I mean, you can always cut stuff out.
No.
But
Well, all right. So, Joe, you want to say any closing remarks?
it's
Maybe?
been great. You know, I think it'll be fun if we can do this again. We'll get someone else on here. We'll interview them. We'll see what we can do with that. But it's definitely going to be a fun recurring thing that we can get going here.
Yeah, I think this was
Give
very
you,
productive. Yeah.
Solid index podcast. Maybe a little bit, a couple of challenges. We'll do a little.
Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, I'm excited. I feel like this could be a pretty good series going forward.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. Thanks for if you somehow made it to the end, which I don't think anyone is gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, much appreciated. Thanks for still being here.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it has. All right. So, on behalf of Joe Mayo and Hunter Willis of the OWHS Index, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned because I don't know how regularly we're gonna do this. Hopefully, this works out and we can do this fairly regularly. But yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to see you guys in the next one. So yeah, bye.